Are you ready to begin the journey towards a more sustainable lifestyle? Not sure where to start? In this video, you will learn the steps to follow to make it happen. Hello everyone, welcome to Green Talks with Sori, a blog for Project 3LS, the best place for tips and information on attainable, relatable, and sustainable living. This is the first video of the Sustainable Lifestyle 101 series. The 101 series is meant to serve as an introduction to living sustainably if you are new to this lifestyle. What is sustainable living? Wikipedia says that it describes a lifestyle that attempts to reduce an individual's or society's use of Earth's natural resources and one's personal resources. Its practitioners often attempt to reduce their ecological footprint, including their carbon footprint, by altering their methods of transportation, energy consumption, and/or diet. Its proponents aim to conduct their lives in ways that are consistent with sustainability, natural balance, and respectful of humanity's symbiotic relationship with the Earth's natural ecology. Many of us are on a stage of our lives where radical changes are unrealistic, where leaving everything to turn into a full-time sustainable minimalist is not a feasible option. Instead, we are on a stage where we already have an established home, a neighborhood, a career, children attending the desired school, and all the responsibilities that come attached to this stage. Nevertheless, we are conscious that our lifestyle has an impact. Every action we take, everything we consume and use, in any form, somehow affects the sustainability of humanity and the ecosystems on Earth. In this video, we will navigate through the initial steps towards transitioning into a lifestyle that is more sustainable. Step number 1 step at a time. Now you must be feeling very excited about rediscovering your love for Earth. I say rediscovering because most likely you loved it when you were a child. But we need to take it slow. There is no need for a radical change. We don't have to turn ourselves into extreme minimalist and move into an off-grid homestead. Although these are wonderful ways to live more sustainable, it is unrealistic and impractical for the most of us living in the modern communities. For the contrary, we must take necessary time and measures for our decisions from this point forward to be conscious, well-informed, and smart. There are many other ways to reduce our impact from wherever we are location-wise as well as life stage. Step number 2, observe. It all starts with paying attention. Observing in detail our current lifestyle choices, looking at our own purchasing habits, consumption habits, what and how we throw away, the food we consume, and the clothes we wear. The perfect combination of self-awareness and a foundation of knowledge are the key to efficiently identify the initial steps in the journey towards a more sustainable lifestyle. It is very likely that many of the changes will surge almost organically as you go through this journey, but a clear understanding of the whys and the how-tos is what we really need in order to become better stewards of the environment. As part of our Sustainable Living 101 series, we'll be posting several YouTube videos on how to tackle some of those more specific steps towards reducing our environmental impact. Subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications when we upload these videos. Step 3, conscious consumer. Once we have made up our minds, then the challenges begin. One of the hardest is avoiding falling in the consumerism trap, especially when we're growing excited and energized with our new lifestyle change. We want to go out there and buy all the cool things the green market has to offer. And truly speaking, it is all enchanting. The beauty of the bamboo and mason jars are very tempting. Of course, there's nothing wrong with investing on this type of eco-friendly and sustainable products, but We must also be mindful of not creating more unnecessary waste. For every new thing we bring into our lives, there is another that will possibly turn into waste. Step 4. Dictating the market. We must also consider that our money and our purchases define the market. How much organic food is available in your local supermarket? A few years back, organic produce was very expensive and had very limited availability. As people learned the why of consuming organic versus conventional foods, the demand for organic produce increased. Today, organic produce in the USA is readily available. Our dollars drove the organic produce market. And just like organic foods, all our purchases drive the market. Step 5. If broken, fix it. Another alternative to compulsive consumerism is to get back to the times when we used to fix things. We must go back to repairing toasters and adjusting loose cables. Let's ditch the addiction to buy new things just because what we have is not the latest model. Instead, fixing things are a great way to save money, reduce our environmental impact, and as well a great way to redirect the market to go back to the times where things were built to last. I remember my mother using the same clothes iron through my entire childhood. This was back in the days before the wrinkle-free fabrics, back when the iron was used still frequently. I saw it fall and bounce off the terrazzo tiles. I saw it being washed with soap and sponge, and I saw it change cords, I think more than once. How about you? Do you have one of those $20 modern clothes iron? Can you imagine what would happen to it if it would fall on the floor? Many communities have identified the need, and repair shops are once again popping up in communities all over. Do you know of any in your community? If you do, let me know in the comments. If you haven't seen it yet, I recommend watching the History of Stuff video. This is a great video by the History of Stuff project that provides an entertaining and basic understanding on the ways consumption affects our world. See the link in the description below. Step 6. Knowledge is power. So, we are here now, about 5 steps closer to our goal to reduce our environmental impacts and to transition to a more sustainable lifestyle. We have learned that we need to develop a sense of self-awareness, we must avoid the compulsive consumerism, and that our money and purchases drive the commerce, and that we must attempt to fix more things before we throw them in the trash. Now, it's time to engage more into the learning process. Let's talk about labels. Sadly, we can't make educated decisions unless we learn to read appropriately labels. We know that labels are often filled with lies and confusing information, but the only way to protect ourselves against misleading information is by learning what labels really mean. Observe these labels or seals. From just looking at them, are you able to define why they're different, their value? In order to make an organic claim or use the U.S. Department of Agriculture organic seal, the final product must follow strict production, handling, and labeling standards and go through the organic certification process. The standards address a variety of factors such as soil quality, animal raising practices, and pest and weed control. Synthetic fertilizers, sewage sludge, irradiation, and genetic engineering may not be used. This seal ensures the consumer the product is 100% organic or made with at least 95% of organic ingredients. The USDA organic label is part of a larger family of eco-labels. Eco-labeling is a voluntary method of environmental performance certification and labeling that is practiced around the world. These other labels, seals, or tags are just shapes and words in value. They are not supported by a system of standards of compliance or by a regulatory agency responsible for their validity. Your local farmer may not be able to obtain the official seal, but their product may be grown following organic practices. But you can still support your local farmer. When visiting the farmer's market, get to know your farmer, talk to them about their practices, visit their farms when available, and share what you have learned with others. The issue of misleading labels brings us to greenwashing. Greenwashing is the dark side of sustainable lifestyle movement. Empowered by consumerism, manufacturers purposely create these deceptive products to confuse the consumer into paying a higher premium for false claims. Investopedia defines greenwashing as the process of conveying a false impression or providing misleading information about how a company's products are more environmentally sound. Greenwashing is considered an unsustained claim to deceive consumers into believing that a company's products are environmentally friendly. Greenwashing is probably the most important reason to sharpen our label reading skills. We want our dollar to do the right talking. Step 7. Social media to the rescue. Not sure about your next decision? The answer may be on social media. The same way some companies insist to create misleading information, the community of people following the sustainable lifestyle also work hard to help each other out. This community has an important presence in social media and will help you find answers to some of your questions with only a few clicks. One of the easiest ways to access information, especially when it comes to eco-friendly products, is through online reviews. Regardless of the platform of the review, consider the following when looking at online reviews. The post or video is not sponsored. You want your review to be honest and unbiased. Make sure the reviewer covers all the details you're looking for. Look for multiple sources. The more delicate or expensive is the service or the product you're looking for, the more you should research. Last, purposely look for the bad reviews. This is the best hack to get the most comprehensive review. When you look for the bad reviews, you also learn what the worst scenario could be. Step 8. Perseverance. It is very important that you remember why you decided to reduce your environmental impact. Don't give up. The purpose of the journey is not to turn you into the perfect image of sustainability. Absolute sustainability does not exist. On the other hand, we all have the opportunity to make a small change. Even the smallest change has the potential of a great impact. When you bring reusable bags to the supermarket, think about all the oil that wasn't used to make those plastic bags you didn't have to use, the fish that didn't end up eating them, and not leaving a 500-year trace in some landfill. Every little effort counts. Use this hashtag when you post to social media all about your new lifestyle choices. You may be the inspiration the world needs. Embrace the journey. Give it your best effort. Celebrate every win. Learn from each experience and never stop progressing.